What's going on, YouTube? It's James with Shire Fantasy Battle Reports, and guess what, guys? It's Buckeye 2018 round number one, and Buckeye Battles 2018. Now, guys, it's been a while since I've done a video, and I keep saying that every video, but it has been a while since I've done a video. And honestly, I was talking to Len. Me and Len made a road trip, and I'll show you pictures of our road trip too if you guys really want to see them. But we had a road trip from Chicago to Ohio to go to Buckeye Battles and get in some 9th Age tournaments. Now, if you guys know, last year I won the whole goddamn tournament at Buckeyes, and I wasn't going there with the idea that I was going to win it this year, but I was going in the idea that, Jesus Christ, I really haven't practiced. I haven't got any tournaments under my belt. I haven't got any big games under my belt with my lists. I got a couple UB games, but I've been changing the list, changing the lore, changing the magic, and it's refining my list as I keep playing, you know. And that's something I did a lot of last year, and this year I just haven't had that many games. And I think mainly the reason, I'm going to be bluntly honest here, is because how many times they changed the rules. It constantly has took a hit on the U.S. Tournament scene. There's no Ocon this year. There was no Gauntlet, even though I run the Gauntlet, but there's no Gauntlet this year. There's no there are several other little tournaments, minor tournaments that just didn't show up yet, you know. Now there's a bunch of tournaments that are about to happen very soon, which is a good sign that it's starting to rebuild. Yeah, so I just haven't had many games. Now, let's go over my list. Let's go over my opponent. Now, real quick, my opponent, he is Lance LeGroux, and he is a guy from, I want to say, Rhode Island. All right, and he came with a whole team of guys from like the whole northeast corner of America, and they said, you know what, we have 5 guys, we want to fight a team against 5 guys. So the Juice Crew accepted. So it's me, Phil Carl, Joseph Abel, who's also on my team Mexico, Rob, and who was the 5th guy? I think we just had a random 5th guy because we didn't have everybody there in the Juice Crew. Anyway, so we accepted, and we're going to go ahead and play this game and see how it goes. Alright, so as you can see, this is an overview of how Buckeyes looks. Now, as you can see, there's wood boards in front of everybody. There's those wood boards basically block you from seeing the deployment. It's a blind deployment. You basically can deploy however you need to, and it's a straight roll-off to the game. Now, knowing people's lists changes how you deploy. It actually gives you scare tactics, which is kind of fun. It's a very fun thing to do. And as you can see, here's my army. I got my General Dread Irontooth. Dread Irontooth is the giant guy on the fucking Wyvern, or I'm sorry, Dragon, Carmine Dragon. But he's my war boss. He is probably the most fragile piece in my whole damn army because he has only a 2-up, 5-up. I miss the days where Koopa was running around 1-up, 4-up. But he's a 2-up, 5-up, T5, strength 8 at least, you know. That's probably the only good thing. But the good thing about him is he's a big monster with an 18-inch leadership bubble, and he's giving it to all the goodness, all the goblin goodness, because you know what? The goblins fucking need it. The goblins are so shitty in their leadership, as you will see in this game. I got my 3 wolf chariots, my 6 wolf riders, and then I got a giant horde of bushwhackers over here. As you can see, I got Crom! Crom made it back on the field. Oh, I'm so happy that Crom made it back on the field. Crom! I missed him so much. I got my Space Rock Coast to Coast I got in the back. I'll show you that unit later. But in the back is a brand new unit, which you guys seen in a couple of my last videos. But we were coming up with a name for it, and it's Bazooka's Bastards. Bazooka the Longshot. The BSB is in there with a wizard, which is still unnamed. I will come up with a name very soon for that wizard. But that wizard is rocking Thaumaturgy, and he's in a unit of Spider Riders. They have the Banner of Discipline, and then I got my Feral Orc Ed Bashers. My Feral Orc Ed Bashers, I have 28 of them, extra hand weapons. It's such a thing of beauty. As you can see, I got 20 common goblins. It used to be Bazooka and the Horde, but now that there's only 20, I'm just going to call them the Squad instead of a Horde. They're the Squad. Alright, and then over here for my opponent, everything fits in a lunch tray, but as you can see, he has War Machine. Holy fuck, he has 2 flame cannons, 3 bolt throwers. Now, the good news is 4 of the 5 war machines have flaming on them. So I'm just like, thank God my general has a 3-up ward against flaming. But the one that doesn't, I have to worry about. As you can see, he has a giant block of clan warriors with great weapons. And then he has, I'll go back to this picture here on the left, a giant block of clan warriors with spears and shields. He has a unit of Kingsguard and a unit of Deep Watch, and that unit of Deep Watch is pretty badass. His general is the one person in the army I cannot touch with any of my monsters or characters because he has a strength 10 D3 wounds against T5 or higher general. So I basically have to just kind of avoid him. So I dropped my deployment, and as you can see, this is kind of how it looks on the left side. I got the spider hiding behind the hill. I figured if he wins the roll-off, there's no point of me getting shot right away with the spider or my general, or Crom could get shot. Crom don't give a fuck. He needs a 6 to wound Crom. So Crom is basically my linebacker. He's holding up the center, and basically my general's hiding right behind him in case he gets the first turn shooting. I go ahead and I put my common goblins on the left side, and then I got the forest goblins by the forest and my savages on the right flank. As you can see, let's go on to this side over here. I got the K-Pack far on the right. That leadership bubble is clutch. That fucking 18-inch bubble is clutch. And then my spider riders are not deployed yet. So as you can see, I go ahead and I deploy my scouts. We remove the frickin' wood and the blind, and you can see where everything's deployed. Now I get where he was going. I get where Lance is going. He's basically separating all his war machines so I don't comet him. But he left me a huge right flank open, so I go ahead and I scout up with my spider riders with the bastards. And the one thing that he told me that I totally forgot about on turn 1 was that his flame cannons will shoot and they hit an extra D3 per rank. I could have made my forest goblins, my bastards, 1 rank wide, and it doesn't really affect them. But I wasn't thinking that for whatever reason. I go ahead and I vanguard my dogs just a little bit, and that's basically how it is. It's hold the center, classic battle line. Let's go ahead and see. So vanguard, I go ahead and move my spider riders up a little bit further, and basically this is the Deep Watch I wanted to show you. Look at this. The Deep Watch is all female dwarfs. All female dwarfs with 1 character in there. And it's going to go ahead and start off turn 1. Now turn 1, he wins the fucking roll-off. He had the +1 and he rolls a 6. So there's just no way in hell I could have even got close to freaking getting it. And so he goes ahead and he just shuffles around. He's going to take the objective early on. He turns the Kingsguard around. He turns the freaking warriors to face the savages. He does a little minor reshuffling around. He moves the Deep Watch up. He has 2 Vengeance Seekers. One's in the field, one's on the left. They're kind of like in tank armor, which is kind of cool. Magic, he rolls an 8 on the Flux. And what he does is he has these little gold guys here, and these little gold guys are basically showing him he has the buffs. So he has like -1 to wound, -1 to shoot, and rerolls to hit. So most of the time when he was doing it on certain units, he was scared I was going to go hit right away. I just kind of was like, he has other units I could target. I really don't need to target this unit. So he gets it off, and I really don't care. Shooting! The flame cannon's like, well, I can't really shoot your units because they're 20, I think like 26... or I forgot how far it was. I was just outside of his range, I believe. I think they only have 24-inch range. So he just turns around and he shoots him into my fucking bastards. And I'm like, ah, fuck, I forgot to put him 1 wide. So he rolls the D6 for the first rank, and he rolls a 6. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. He rolls a D3 for the second rank, and he rolls a 6. Motherfucker. He gets 9 hits. I'm like, well, it's strength 4. He'll miss a couple. No. He hit all 9, and he killed 9 of my 10 spider riders. Motherfucker! Turn 1. Oh, shit. Now he's trying to shoot my BSB and my wizard with his bolt throwers, and I just got lucky as fuck. I think he did 1 hit onto my BSB, but he failed to wound. Then he goes ahead and he shoots again, and he kept missing, and I was just like, holy shit, I could have just lost the whole game right there on turn 1. Turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. Holy fuck. Well, since he ignored my Wolf Riders run over to the right side, giving myself another bunker for my freaking spiders, my bazooka and the wizard. Let's see. He wouldn't be the prophet, because the prophet was a witchcraft doctor. But he is definitely a wizard of the gods. So I have to figure out something Wizard of the Gods. titled. I go ahead and I just move my savages up. The guys right in front of the savages are clan warriors with great weapons. I'm going to swing first. I'm going to do a lot of hits. I'm going to keep Crom close by so I can reroll my ones. That's going to be perfect. My Space Rock, you could barely see her on the left side, but the Space Rock is just running up the flank as fast as she can because I'm going to go kill that War Machine. I'm going to kill all the War Machines. That's the plan with the Space Rock. I was hoping to get into the Spears eventually, but I just see him, like, where she was, where he is. The Space Rock is just so fast that she can just fly up the flank and get what she needs to get. The Chariots went into the water, and I'm basically lining up to hit the Kingsguard. I don't think he noticed that yet. But that's really all I really put him there for, was to hit the Kingsguard. I thought maybe he would throw me the Vengeance Seeker to block the charge, but you'll see what happens in the next turn. And then my general doesn't have to go up yet. He's just kind of sitting back. Force Goblins move back so he doesn't get a charge on me. And it's going to go ahead and turn into Magic. Magic, I roll a 3 on the Flux. Go ahead and I do Hand to Heaven. I get a wound off onto his Flame Cannon. Just one wound, though, might I add. Okay. I go ahead and I do Wrath of God with like 3 dice, I think it was. And he lets it go through, and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, you know, he didn't let it go through, I'm sorry, he tried to stop it, and I freaking get it off, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I was just gonna put it right here, boo, I'll blow up all the stuff. Shooting, as you can see, Bazooka and my Wizard are in the unit here, and I end up doing a wound onto, I believe, the Bolt Thrower. I want to say it was the Bolt Thrower, and it's gonna go to turn 2, and there, guys, there's the Shy Ambulance. Turn 2, Dwarven Holds, Lances Dwarves. So, turn 2, he doesn't do any charges. He moves his Vengeance Seeker behind his other Flame Cannon. Oh, that's why I moved the Goblins back. I moved the Goblins back so I don't get hit by that Flame Cannon. Because he moved it up. Turn 1, he was just 8 inches or 27 inches away, but I was not on the line. I was a little bit further back, so he ended up moving up a couple inches to shoot me on this turn. I ended up moving back. I'm like, I ain't gonna get shot, motherfucker. You go ahead and do what you were about to do, man. So I go ahead, he moves his Vengeance Seeker over there. He puts his Deep Watch blocking the Spears, which is a really cool formation because basically he's going to guarantee himself the objective, and I can't really just remove the Deep Watch in one turn. And he moves his Vengeance Seeker up like this. Basically what he's doing with the Vengeance Seeker is he's blocking a front charge with my Savages. I get what he's going for. I get it, okay? But I have Eyesight. I had True Sight, and you'll see it in a minute. Magic, he ended up rolling at 8 on the Flux, and he basically puts a couple gold bodies onto his clan warriors. I think he just wants to stop the Comet from doing more damage, but it really didn't do anything because I think I just stopped the -1 to wound. So he got everything else off, and I'm just like, sure, it's okay. Turn 2, Orcs and Goblins. And guys, I'm going to call it the Wog! I wog out. I go for a freaking spider into the freaking Flame Cannon, which, okay, I don't care if that's Vengeance Seeker's back there. One Vengeance Seeker can't kill a Space Rock by himself. It's just too much attacks and thunderstorms and all that. Now, I charge the K-Pack into his freaking Kingsguard, thinking this is a great charge. I'm going to get there, I'm going to kill them, I'll overrun into the freaking, there's no characters in that unit at all. It's just Kingsguard. It's like maybe 14 Kingsguard. I'm like, impact hits alone, I should kill maybe 10. Maybe, you know? So I'm like, this is awesome. I'm going to just charge these guys. They're only like 14 away. I only need like a 4 on the charge. When he goes, fuck that, flee. So he flees. And I'm like, ah, you bastard. So he runs behind his Flame Cannon. And I decide I'm going to charge him with the Baxter's Bastards. And he's like, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, if I get rid of the Kingsguard right now, let's get rid of him. So he rolls a dice. He rolls a 12. And he runs off the table. So Baxter's Bastards. Or not Baxter, Bazooka's Bastards. I'm already making my own names, mixing up my own names. But Bazooka's Bastards basically throws him off the table, and that's awesome. As you can see behind his hand, there's one Spider Rider left, and he's just throwing tomahawks into that one War Machine until somebody gets tired of him and knocks him off. But I actually have plans for that guy. So he basically, since he fled, I redirected my Chariots, and this is something he did not see. I got a flank charge onto his Deep Watch, and he holds, and I go boom, and I turn around that Vengeance Seeker, and BAM! Hit him with the K-Pack. Holy fuck. Alright. Wow, way to go, K-Pack. Woo. Okay. As you can see, this is I move up my Savages as fast as I can. I move up my Idol, and I'm moving up my Force Goblin because they don't really care anymore. Magic, I got a 2 on the Magic Flux, which this is the one phase that it would have paid off to have a good Magic phase, but I didn't. I go ahead and I do a Hand to Heaven onto the War Machine, didn't go off, and the Comet did not go off. So that's about it. Over here, these guys are going to start shooting at the other Vengeance Seeker. I end up doing 2 wounds onto it, figuring, yeah, he's going to get his attacks in, but I'll still kill the Vengeance Seeker for sure with my Space Rock. Space Rock goes into close combat, kills the freaking cannon, ends up overrunning it to the Vengeance Seeker. Over here, close combat. Oh my god. Impact hits. I did like 15 impact hits. I did probably like 13 wounds. He goes ahead and makes armor saves. He makes 3 armor saves. He thought he had shield wall. And guys, for those of you who don't know, you don't get shield wall on impact hits. So boom, I killed 10 guys, 10 dwarves. And you know what? I'm okay. I did exactly what I was hoping to do, which was basically demolish the frickin' deep watch. He only has a couple bodies left there. So he goes ahead and he swings. He does 1 wound onto me. I have a charge, 10 wounds, whatever. He's steadfast. He's steadfast on a leadership 10 with a BSB in the unit. His general and BSB are in that unit. And I'm like, he'll be fine. He rolls the dice. He rolls a 12. And I'm like, oh, the good news is you got your BSB in there. He rolls a 12 again. I'm like, holy shit! So he runs. But he runs like 12, and I'm like, what the fuck? The guy rolled 12 all the times. So I go ahead and I chase, and I end up getting only like 6 inches away, and he ends up getting like 12, and I'm like, fuck, and it puts me in a very bad position with his clan warriors. We'll see how this goes. Turn 3, Dwarven holds. Turn 3, Dwarven holds. He charges into my dogs, or my chariots, the K-Pack. I flee, and I flee through my goblins. My goblins panic. They run run close to the edge of the table. I'm like, motherfuckers. I actually wanted them to stay there. Leadership 10, and I don't get it. I roll 11. Motherfucker. All right. Magic ends up rolling a 2. I think he rallied. Yeah, he probably rallied. I don't even know what he did in Magic, but the comet comes down, boom, and it just kills 4 spearmen. Look at how bent their spears are after that comet. I go ahead and I kill 5 clan warriors, and I kill the fucking flame cannon, and I do 2 wounds onto his spear chucker up there, whatever it's called, the ballista. Over here, you can see the Space Rock is continuing her rampage. Killed the freaking Vengeance Seekers, running into this war machine in the ruins. Don't even give a fuck that it's in ruins, because it's a motherfucking Space Rock. And it's going to be turn 3 Orcs and Goblins. Turn 3 Orcs and Goblins. Charge! I'm charging the Savages in. Now, he had that one Vengeance Seeker in front of Crom, so I charged Crom into that Vengeance Seeker. Fuck that thing. All my Goblins rally, because my General's right there. And he thought I was going to charge my bastards into his war machine, but I'm like, I'm gonna kill that thing with magic. Watch this shit. So I go ahead and move the bastards around. I'm gonna start picking apart his other units with my magic, yeah, that's how the table looks. Now here's the number 1 motherfucking stupid move I did. The number 1 stupid fucking move is I moved my general away from all my goblins, and I tried to threaten his flank of his main clan warrior bunker. So that way I figured I'm going to win that combat, but if he sticks, my general could charge in on my next turn, and get a flank charge, right? In reality, I didn't, for a long time I haven't played with Savages. I didn't know how this combat was going to actually end up. I should have moved, I could have even moved my general to the other side of his deep watch and threatened his deep watch. I think I was trying to avoid his general, though. Maybe that's what it was. But, yeah, that's the number 1 mistake of this whole fucking game. Alright, so as you can see, this side right here, I'm going to start shooting into him with, or I think we're still doing magic. I end up rolling a 7. Go ahead and do Hand of Heaven. I think he stops it. I try to do Trial by Faith. I think I kill like a guy or some shit like that, or I forgot what I did specifically. But the last spell I go ahead and I throw off a 2 dice freaking Cleansing Breath onto this Spider Rider champ. And he's like, what the hell, you bought a champ? I was like, yep. And I'm going to freaking burn this war machine. And I think I only did 2 wounds to it. I think he still lives and kills me on the next one because he realized what I was doing. Oh, man. Yep, it's going to start off his turn, Dwarf's turn, whatever turn this is. And he sure enough shot the shit out. No. Never mind, I'm in the wrong spot. I'm sorry. Bazooka shoots 1 clan warrior dead. That's what happens here. This guy ends up killing this war machine and overruns to the last war machine over there, but just falls an inch or 2 short. Alright, over here, close combat. Holy fuck! Clan warriors are defensive skill 4 apparently, and with Savages with paired weapon are offensive 5. My freaking Crom is letting me reroll 1s to wound. I rolled 29 dice. I got, with battle focus, 28 attacks, and I got about 24, or I'm sorry, I got 26 wounds, and he saved maybe 4. So I did about 22 wounds onto this giant brick of clan warriors. His face was like, what? I was like, rerolling ones, baby. Holy shit. That was brutal. Brutal. He just like scraped off his freaking warriors. He goes back and I think he killed his... I mean, he had a lot of characters. He has breath weapons on these characters. He has characters that have a lot of attacks. They get D3 more attacks if they get a hit. Shit like that. So he ended up killing off, like, look at that, at least 11 of my savages. But, dude, it just wasn't enough. I made him auto-break. He's running. I chase, and he runs like 8. And I run like a 6. And I just don't get him. Crom did kill the whatchamacallit, the Vengeance Seeker, which I forgot to put the points in. So Crom has another 130 points for killing the Vengeance Seeker. There we go. But yeah, that's how that looks, and it's going to go ahead and start off turn 4 Dwarves. Turn 4 Dwarves. He finally shoots the Spider Rider because he figured he was about to die to the fucking Spider Rider, which is annoying, actually. Oh, no, it's my turn, isn't it? Is it my turn? I think that's all he did. I think there was no magic because his guy was fleeing, and then he just rallied, and nothing really happened in magic. Nothing really happened in shooting because I killed all his war machines. And nobody was in combat. So he's basically just rallied and moved. And that was it. It's going to start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 5? 4, 5? I want to say this is 4. 4. So, I'm going to pull up an old picture. This picture right here where I showed that it's Dread's mistake for leaving. So, as you can see in this picture here, his Deep Watch are really close to my chariots. Well, my chariots already did a good chunk of damage. And I looked at him and I was like, man, I could totally hit that unit again with the same chariots and kill all his Deep Watch. That's what I should do. He only has 4 Deep Watch left. 4. I could do 4 wounds. That's not a problem. Then I looked at it and I go, man, this forest is in my way and I have 2 wounds on my chariot. But if I charge out of the woods, only one of them is taking DTs. And the one that's taking DTs, I got 3 dice. And I need to roll 2 ones to fail. I'm like, that's not going to happen, so I charge. I roll 2 ones. My freaking chariot blows up. My general's nowhere near the leadership bubble. Causes a panic. They run through the forest goblins. They panic. They run. The common goblins are the only ones that are like, you fucking idiots, we're staying here. And it's going to start off my magic. Magic! My savages charged into the remaining clan warriors that rallied. But anyways, magic, I got 4 on the power flux. As you can see, this is how the table looks. I moved Crom in front of those Deep Watch basically to throw up their, like, come at me, bros. And the squad actually killed Deep Watch, it looks like. Anyways. Yeah, so magic, as you can see, I turned Bazooka and the Bastards into kill that last war machine up there. The Space Rock's killing that war machine. Clan Warriors are holding still, but I just walked out of their line of sight because I figured I didn't need to fight with them at all. And yeah, and I'm just going to kill the Deep Watch and focus on that. As you can see, my savages just ripped apart the remainder of the clan warriors. He's going to break and run again. He gets away again. He rolls a 9. I roll like an 8. He killed a bunch of my guys. He gets away again. I fucking can't believe it. He has 3 characters there. 3 that I can't catch. And I fucking broke him twice already, and I can't get away. Can't catch him. And then not only that, but I run off the objective. Basically, this is how the table looks right now. It's going to start off, I think, turn 5, and we just basically talk about what happens because we ran out of time. The game kind of dragged on just a little bit longer than it should have, but there was a lot of thought process going into it. As you can see, he basically was like, I could try to avoid Crom. He really couldn't avoid Crom, so he was going to take the charge from Crom no matter what, so I get the points for Crom. I'm not going to be able to kill his spear block because his 2 characters joined in, and he also has the hold stone in there, so he's going to basically, even if I charge a rear charge with the spider, his characters are going to make way and just fuck me up. So yeah, that's kind of how it looks. And so he took the objective. Since I didn't kill any of his characters, even though I had the opportunity to kill all his characters, especially with overruns. I could have overrun easily and killed him with the chariots when I did. I could have killed him twice with the savages. And I couldn't. So basically, after that being said, and he has one unit left in the middle, holding the center, on hold the center objective. And it looks like I cleaned out his whole fucking army. And I have pretty much 2 monsters healthy, my general healthy, and the fact that my K-Pack and my Goblins ran off the table. It's a 10-10. Lance played a good game, man. Lance played a good game, but I am so disappointed in myself. I am so disappointed in the fact that he got away. I'm so disappointed that I left the fucking leadership bubble and my damn Goblins ran off. I am so disappointed in myself. And you know what? I'm kind of glad that it happened at Buckeyes, and I hope that it doesn't happen in ETC, because I hope this teaches me, don't be stupid and play with my general the way I'm supposed to play with my general, and keep the leadership bubble where it is important. I gotta stop using my general as a weapon and start using my general as a leader. And that's the part that I'm really struggling with in this list. Anyways, guys, MVP. MV fucking P. This is a tough one. On this picture right here, there's 4 units that just fucking wrecked face. There's 4 units that wrecked face. Savages did wonderful. The Spider actually did wonderful. The Spider, man, by herself, killed 308 points, which is 2 War Machines and a Vengeance Seeker. Well, 1 wound on the Vengeance Seeker. Crom is going to mop up those Deep Watch. Crom ended up taking up, let's see, 230 points. The Bastards ended up taking the top, and the Bastards are going to take my MVP slot. They took 752 points. 752 with Thaumaturgy, Magic, and a BSB with a Magic Bow, because the rest of the Bastards died, so they couldn't get more shots in. But holy shit, guys, that is it. It's going to be my Game 1 Buckeyes. Can't wait to look. Here's a sneak peek into Game 2. Game 2, we got a Kadim Titan, Infernal Dwarfs, and you guys will see this one. I think this is probably my toughest game of the whole Buckeyes, this guy right here, the Infernal Dwarf one. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed making it, and until next time, take care and peace.